Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I put the cage back together. So, sorry. I start by putting these wee pads in. They're awfully big, but you can get a big old bag of them for like $12. And I mean a big bag. So, they last a long time, and this is how big one of them is. So, we just lay these down. Let's see. So, if I do one and yeah, I'll do side, middle. So, I just like to make sure there's a little bit of an edge, which makes it easier to pick up the corners. And then we'll put one over here on the other side. You know, I cannot remember how my dad did it. He did it really nice one time. But I'm going to try this and see how it looks. We haven't really tried this one so much. I'm going to try it, see how it looks. Side, and then middle to cover the gap. There we go. So the bottom of the cage is totally covered. There is not an inch of open space. And that's all they do. They're pretty thin, but they do a pretty good job. So, now I'm going to put in the litter box, the divider, fill the litter box and hay side with bedding. There we go. Put the hay rack in, and then I'll show you how I put in my fleece, which I'm sure you could figure out anyway, but I'm going to show you. So I'll start this up in another couple minutes. Okay, so it took a few minutes because I had to run downstairs and grab some of the tunnels and houses I want to use from their playpen. But they're set up on the left side for the most part. And now I just need to put the fleeces in. So I've already picked their fleece. And since it's so hot out, I'm trying to use my coolest fleeces since it's so hot in here. Like the pink one was very thin. It's very big though. I bought it at Walmart, and you buy by meters. The way I did, like I bought it from the fabric section, so it was like a meter by 2 meters or something like that. So it's pretty darn big. So it was thin, but it was still thick enough, so it was nice and soft for them. But it wasn't very warm, like those ones I have that are like the snowflake ones, the zebra one. Those keep them really warm. So I'm trying to use ones like that pink one I had in. And the one I'm going to use now is just a normal fleece that I got for Christmas that I use for them. But it's very thin as well. So I have to put down a towel, A, because the fleece would just absorb all the liquid, not good. And B, to make it a little softer when they lay on the fleece. And actually, this is still a bit thinner than I thought it was going to be, so I'm going to throw in an extra mini towel. Just a miniature towel. I'm going to throw in the middle. I got this to serve the purpose of the towel in fleece bedding, like before I used weaving pads, in Rose's old cage. AKA a cage that was way too small and I recommend you not get. So this is just going to go in the middle because it's right about the size of the two edges that folded over. It's a little bigger, but that's okay. And that'll just be extra absorbent and a little softer. So, got that down. Now for the fleece. So, this fleece, nice fleece, but it's pretty thin. So, that's why and it's not the warmest fleece. So it's a great summertime fleece. So they can lay on it and not get too hot. So I can fold this evenly. Fleeces can be a little tricky to fold sometimes. There we go. Okay. So, my cage is an 8 square foot cage. And with that divider, this side is a little over, this big side where the fleece is just under maybe 6 square feet. Doesn't look it, but I think it is. So I just fold up my fleeces and they usually fit. I want this corner to go over here. This corner is where all the corners come together. And it's going to be out in the open, so I'm going to put it in this corner because I'm not going to put any houses there. But this corner over here is where no corners come together. And I'm going to put this over here because it's going to be underneath a tunnel with a bottom. And that's so that they can't pull it up and apart as easily. They're not as bad about digging as they used to be, but Rose used to be pretty bad about digging. So now I'd like to put the pigs in and let them explore, even though there's nothing really in there yet. So it's time for the pigs. Come on, piggies. Come here, Rose. Stand up. Yeah, you were laying down. Come. Yeah. There you go, baby. Go explore. And you may not want to do this with your pigs. Some pigs don't like it. Petunia's not as crazy about it as Rose. She likes a house to hide in. But Rose definitely likes it. So, now to choose their houses. So, this is a new one. It is a larger version of the fun tunnel. Fun tunnels are for things like guinea pigs and rabbits. And I had the smaller one in with the pink fleece that you saw earlier. and they're just expandable tunnels. Totally chew safe and everything, but this one is a lot bigger. It's like for rabbits and guinea pigs, and the other one, they fit in, but of course it's single file, so if they ever go in head to head, they have to kind of argue over who has to back out. But with this one, they can both go in together. They've been in it before, so it's not totally new, but they've never had it in their cage, so that's new. So I'm just going to stick it, I have it bent like this. I'm going to elbow macaroni, and I'm going to stick it in the corner. It won't be moving too far. I'm going to put this wooden tunnel here, and this thing of fiddlesticks, right here, and your branch tunnel, right? Yeah, of course. I'll make the fiddlesticks a little taller and skinnier. If you've never seen fiddlesticks before, they're really, really cool. They're bendable. I mean, not sideways, but there's a metal strip that holds them together, so you can, like, straighten them out and do all kinds of cool stuff with them. So I'm going to make them a little skinnier, taller and skinnier. Let's see, I think a pig could fit through that. Could you fit through that? Will someone test for me? Will someone see if they can go through that easily? Can you go through that? Junior, you're going where the log is going to go. It still doesn't fit. Come on. There we go, it fits. Once I get it down in there, it fits. Now we just need to push this corner back, and everything's good. So, yay, it works. That's a pretty cool design. Food bowls. I think I'll leave the water where it is. We're good on the water. I think I'll put the food bowls here. Dude, you are in the way. Thank you, pig. Alright, so the only thing I have left to do is to, oops, I'm sorry, I just dropped the camera. Let me make sure this video is still running. Okay, it is. The cover popped off my iPad, and I dropped it. Yeah, I had to take the video with the iPad today, so it's not quite as good. But this is the setup. They've got a tunnel they can run through, the fiddlesticks to run through, and the log to run through, and then that tunnel. So I like this setup, and I hope they do too. So the only thing I have left to do is put the blue mini fleece over the litter box. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. So I'm sorry this video was so long, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Thank you, and good luck with your pigs.